Good evening out here from the West Coast, Lake Forest, California. We are at Bishop HQ and creative think tank Vatican Studios, The Sanctuary. And we've got our dear friend, Mr. Q, in the chair with Hefe, Franco. And we've got a little tattoo session going down over here, and we just wanted to have a little fun with you guys today, all at home. Thank you for tuning in. Let's take a look at some of Franco's new work.
Franco's work. Turn it off. Turn the camera off. I don't want to be in that. I don't want to be in.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Fieldy. Why, hello, sir. How are you doing today? So again,
He left the building. He's back. He's back, Jack.
Some old work, and Franco's doing some cleanup work here on the inside.
No plans.
Yes, sir.
He ain't playing, Sam.
So Franco, Q, how long have you guys known each other? How long have you guys been tattooing? How did you guys get to meet each other?
15 years.
I met him on Hinge about 15 years ago.
Here, we'll come over here.
Oh my God. We met through Fieldy, and what's funny is we met and we were instantly thrown into this workout program, 90X.
90X.
So we were working out. It was me, Fieldy, Franco.
Ferocious.
Homie from Event Sevenfold would show up every once in a while. Zachy.
Yeah, Zachy would come get some.
Yeah. But what was funny is that Franco would crack jokes every 2 seconds while we were working out. So we'd be laughing so much. I was getting a six-pack just based off of laughing.
That was why we were doing what we were doing. that was part of it.
Yeah. And then my first tattoo from Franco is actually this Michael the Archangel, and that's when he was living in an apartment. What neighborhood was that in?
That was...
You had two roommates.
Oh, and for everybody at home, we did not do the proper introduction. This is our brother, Mr. Q Unique.
Hip-hop history.
Hip-hop royalty, MC extraordinaire from the Artifacts. Oh, you come on, man. Arsonist. Oh, my gosh. I effed up on that one.
Rest in peace, Tame One.
Yes,
sir.
Yes. Actually, I was just talking about them the other day. That's
all good. It
screwed
happens
up.
a lot. It happens a lot.
Never again.
So one of my favorite memories from that time was being tattooed by Franco. He was actually doing this piece at that time, and his daughter Gianna was a baby.
Little child.
She was little. So she was on his lap, right? He's got my arm. He's got a phone like this. He's talking, tattooing me, holding his daughter. It was and I'm sweating, saying to myself, "Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me.
Lord.
Please, I hope he's paying attention." But me and Franco would always kick it on the phone back when people would actually talk on the phone.
Yeah, those days are over now. Those days are over. Q's a good soul, man. We get along. We have the same sense of humor.
Yes, sir.
We're
both half Italian.
Yeah, those half Italian breeds, I swear. And then, of course, we got, but again, this guy's one of my favorite lyricists ever.
Thank you,
And
sir.
this guy is one of my favorite bassists ever.
Thank you.
Introduce this man, even though he doesn't need one.
This is my brother, my bandmate, and also, for those that know, from the awesome band Korn, this is Fieldy right here. Fieldy.
From Korn.
Stillwell. And he also, I don't know what Fieldy's doing right now. He's doing some sort of pantomime, weird thing.
Live.
But yeah, Fieldy actually introduced me to Franco. That's the short answer.
And Fieldy is a character too, man.
He is.
He's our brother from another mother. And what are you guys up to nowadays?
So we have a band called Stillwell, and what we're doing this time around is we have an album done, but just taking a good look at how things are going right now as far as releasing music. What we decided to do was we're gonna go and release one song at a time till we release the entire album full. So each month we will release one song off the album. And what we're doing that's never been done before is 2 weeks after the fact that we released the song, we're gonna remix it, that same song. So it'll be 2 versions of one song, and by the time this is all done, it'll be 2 albums that we get out.
But the remix album is like built in almost.
Right. So it's we're doing something we've never done before, and we're having a lot of fun. And another thing that Fieldy and I and Wabat join us on a song is that me being Q Unique, I'm about to release some music, and Fieldy asked to be a part of it. So we're about to play you guys a new Q Unique song that Fieldy plays bass on, and obviously I'm spitting. And this one's called Torch 'Em All.
So wait, we get
go ahead.
So you're saying we get to hear a song before it's released?
Yes, actually, all right, so Friday,
This is a Bishop audience?
Yes, so this Friday, there's a new Stillwell song dropping. This Friday, November 18th, called Welcome to My World. Just go to @Stillwell_rock. You get all the information there. And then the following Friday, November 25th, the new Q Unique song is dropping called Torch 'Em All, featuring Fieldy on bass.
Ooh, and we get to hear it right now is what you're saying.
Yes, we're going to hear the new Q Unique song.
All right. Bishop, for the Bishop audience, we bring you good tidings, good tattoo machines, and great music.
We're going to listen to some music and catch in with Franco Tattooing, and then we will ask some questions afterwards, do a little Q&A, get those tattoo questions ready.
All you corn fans too, it's we got Fieldy here if you have any questions.
Yes, sir.
They're 99 cents each.
And away we go. Torch them.
Okay, torch them. Lay it on.
Let us know if you can hear that at home.
I kill you, man.
Coney Island, Calico catastrophe. Kali Salah, 4th of July, the shotties get shot. Symbiote with a spider emblem. Spies from the Kremlin. Conductor of chaos, provide the bedlam. Don't skip the story. Rick and Morty, interdimensional prevention against fentanyl. Opioid crisis. Imported metal toys from ISIS. I was told the 5% employed the righteous. I prayed to the good shepherd for grace and wisdom. Then put gamma rays on my hate and break the system. Automatic submachine, water stash, submarine. Hunt for red October, red tops, and run the drug to veins. Sit on a throne of fire in a palace of flames. A man in a box from a rotten apple, Alice in chains. Check my brains, I might have blacked out. Give you the smoke with a triangle choke until you tapped out. I got the automatic war from the corner store. Didn't want to hear no more, so I touched them all. Got the automatic war from the corner store. Didn't want to hear no more, so I torched them all. Was told the truck, Jules, speak the truth and hold a gun. I'm driving getaway, I needed to make a Logan's run. Hold your peace if you're planning to intervene. I'm in the next swing fighter on the planet 13. Purple haze of politics make the lines blur. Bulls on parade, avoid the stampeding of a swine herd. Confiscate the evidence, made them erase. Keep all of the details vague, Pete Davidson's face. Stormtrooper bad job, banging it out with a bag hop. Call me a man with mad props, commander in agent black ops. They talking trash about your little scuttlebutt. Catch you with a right fist, Francis, and gun you uppercut. I sold the work, made cash, so then I told the jerk. If I'm a nobody, then I'm a nobody. Bob Odenkirk decided after all to provide him where the fighters brawl. Asked the tax crew, the writing's on the wall. I got the automatic war from the corner store. Didn't want to hear no more, so I torched them all. Got the automatic war from the corner store. Didn't want to hear no more, so I torched them all.
That was flavorful right there.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, talk about this song. Let's hear it.
Yes.
What is this song about? What's inspired it?
So there was a rapper named Sean Price from the Boot Camp Clique. He was somebody that I admired
ECC.
and came up with, because I'm from the Arsonists. I'm from a group called the Arsonists from Bushwick, Brooklyn. And we would always cross paths with anyone from Duck Down. We actually did a photo shoot. It was the Arsonists and members of the Boot Camp Clique for the Source magazine. Mm-hmm. You could actually Google that. And Sean was always cool, but what I admired was his style of his rhyme style. So what I'm doing is I'm paying homage to him by the style that I selected, which is, it's like a random thought observation style. You're looking at the world and you're just getting these random thoughts and you're just bunching them all together to form this rap song and just being really witty and clever about it. You know, like first of all, like for instance, like there's some lines that I sold the work, made cash, and then I told the jerk, if I'm a nobody, then I'm a nobody. Bob Odenkirk. Bob Odenkirk made a movie called Nobody. It's an action movie.
Okay.
So it's also like flexing like a different type of rhyme style. Instead of saying this is like this is like this, it's taking the word like out and just making the sentence flow in a way. You know?
By dropping something that you're assuming that person knows to put
Right.
the rest of the puzzle together.
Right.
But that's the type of lyrics that don't exist that much anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's like Dave Chappelle level
Thank you.
humor, right? And that's why I like Lil Wayne
Right,
because
right.
he's always doing that too. Like Lil
Right,
Wayne,
Lil Wayne is
pound for
gifted.
pound,
Yeah,
he's
dope.
one of the most gifted artists for that matter. You know, 'cause he is clever.
Yes.
Clever. So, okay, tell me, what's the craziest thing in hip hop that you've been a part of, or that you've done? Like, for example, like if you've ever opened up a Rakim or something.
Well, let's start before that. From out the gate, the person that got me my first 2 record deals is Crazy Legs from the Rocksteady Crew. And he put me under his wing from like almost straight out of high school. So
That's crazy.
because
to
I
even
went
hear.
to school with his sister at that time. And one of our homegirls had given him my demo tape, and he was like, "Yo, tell a homie to come meet up and want to talk to him about his music." And he got me my first 2 record deals, and then from there, the Arsonies happened and other things. But what was dope about him at the beginning of my career was he redefined and made me understand what it was that I was a part of. Like for real, like he had like a better interpretation and definition of what hip hop was because he was part of that wave of people that were there from the beginning. You know?
Yeah.
So he was able to tell me, you do this because of this.
And people
this,
like
right.
people like
Oh, you talk well for me, like you know, like even though some of them get a bad rap these days because of whatever, but I'm also a member of the Zulu Nation. I used to get my Zulu lessons straight from Africa Bambaataa. We used to cipher up in the Bronx River Projects in New York, and Zulu members would give you Zulu lessons, and pretty much almost like survival skills in education and science and math and just building wisdom. And it was
so they weren't teaching in school.
right. It was very important for me because I was just a kid in the streets in New York. So to have that,
Try this
those
really quick.
people just hook me up like that was, it's a blessing. And it gave me a better definition, like I said, like with Legs, giving me a better definition because when I first started rapping, I loved it, but I didn't understand what it was. I didn't truly understand what I was really a part of until Legs, Mr. Wiggles, Ken Swift, Fable, all of these people defined for me what it was that I was a part of because they knew the history. They were there. They were in the room.
Yeah, that's it's in the same way. That's kind of what I'm doing with James as he learns how to tattoo, showing him the history of tattooing and having him meet guys like
OGs.
Jack Rudy and rest in peace Kate.
Yeah.
Kate, just it's important to know the roots of anything you're a part of.
Right.
And that's kind of what we try to preach here with people that we bring under our wing is not only are you going to learn about tattooing, but you're going to learn about what it's about. This is kind of fun. This is like a natural. This happens in tattooing. We tattoo our clients. We learn about them. But I'm for all you hip hop fans, especially on the East Coast. You guys already probably know who Q Unique is. So you get to kind of eavesdrop on a natural conversation.
Yeah.
That happens and stuff. So what do you think about where hip hop is today? Man, what do you think about? I mean, because you came from.
There's parts of it that I like a lot. I'm not one of those disgruntled dude that came from the 90s and look at what the youth is doing and I can't. I'm not like that. There's a lot of good talent out there. Obviously there's the obvious name drops like Kendrick and J. Cole and Logic and a lot of them are really, really good at what they do. And then there's the ones that are like on the come up, like Close Contra.
Yeah.
There's for Joey Badass. I love him. So for every artist that people could say, oh, that sucks, there's enough. I could give people, whenever I hear like, it's funny because there's a few older hip hop heads that I get into these, you know, intellectual debates about with today's hip hop and stuff like that. And I always tell people I could give you a shopping list of rappers that you never heard of to fulfill your hip hop needs.
Yeah.
In case you're because some people need to be spoon fed. So if all they're hearing is the radio rap that they can't stand, they'll stop at that and say, well, the whole scene sucks. And it's like, that's not fair, man. That's not a fair assessment because you're not digging.
Yeah, you're not digging. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
You know?
Yeah. Anybody out there have any questions for Q Unique or Fieldy
Or Franco.
Or
me.
Franco.
Or me?
You guys got any tattoo questions? Again, you guys, we are just having some fun out here tonight at the Sanctuary here at Vatican Studios.
Dope.
Creative think tank for Bishop Rotary. We are just out here with our brother, Mr. Q Unique, our dear friend and big brother, Mr. Fieldy, and Franco. Jefe.
You want to hear something strange?
Doing some tattoos.
Because you were asking me, you had asked me with some of the wildest things, right?
Yeah.
And it's as soon as I knew that I wanted to do hip hop, and then obviously it evolved into music. The people that I was able to connect with, and sometimes I trip out. Like for instance, that me and Fieldy and Wub have a band. It doesn't mathematically, it doesn't make any sense how that came about.
Yeah.
But we've been doing it for 16 years still. So it's trippy to me. Or like I said, like being a member of the Rocksteady crew, or
The Zulu Nation.
The Zulu Nation, or the Arsonists going on tour with Public Enemy or the Roots. All of those experiences are trippy to me. You know,
Those are big deals.
It's and I don't take it for granted. It's you know, it's a blessing, and you know, I'm always happy to share the stories because I hope that it serves as an encouragement to other people that have those thoughts. Like, hey man, I want to try to do this, or I want to try to do that. Let me tell you, man. Once you take that first step, you just don't know what you're in store for. So take the step, dive in, enjoy the journey, and be patient because it takes time.
And this certainly applies to tattoo artists as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. So you opened up for Rakim. Like
Yes.
things like that are just mind blowing to me. I mean,
Not only did I open up for Rakim, so it starts with the first thing that happened with me and Rakim was there's a song from the '80s called "Buffalo Gals." It's like an OG hip hop song that was produced by Malcolm McLaren from the world famous Supreme Team, right? It's a big record back in the '80s. Rocksteady crew danced in the video, right? Mm-hmm. Fast forward years, decades later, the same producer, Malcolm McLaren, who made that song, does a remix to Buffalo Gals, and Rakim is rapping on it, and guess who gets hired to dance in the video? Me. And I'm not even a dancer, but it was one of those things where I was like, I'm not passing up on this.
Yeah.
So I got to meet Rakim that day, and it was what was awesome about that day was they were doing like a warm-up cypher with the breakers. So I'm standing and I'm watching the breakers like do all their moves. It's a big circle. And I look to my right and Rakim is standing right next to me, right? So I'm like tripping. I'm like, this is crazy, you know? So I didn't want to like geek out in a way that made him feel uncomfortable. So I nudged him and I was like, yo, you're up, you're next. You got your backspin ready? And he was like, what? Clear the room. And he was being cool about it.
Yeah.
And then I got to open up for him, and then I got to see him perform a few times. And it was you know, he's a lot of people's favorite, man. You know, it's Rakim.
We're all three gonna go watch him.
We're
in a
gonna go
couple
see him,
weeks.
yeah, December 5th.
Your favorite artist.
Right, exactly. So
This is
that's
good.
just one of the many experiences, man.
This is great hip hop history.
I just remember you telling us the stories when KRS-One, you getting off stage.
Oh, the Arsonists.
Yeah.
So the Arsonists, we got booked to open up for KRS-One, and out of a lot of rappers, I was a massive KRS-One fan. Massive. You said on some of the phone. Yeah, I'm still am. I'm still still a fan of KRS-One. So we got booked to open up for KRS-One, and So is the arsonist. And as soon as we got off stage, we were walking to get off stage, and he's right there, and he was watching the whole show. And as we're walking off, he's clapping. He was like, "That's how you do it," and he's pointing at us. "That's how you do hip hop. That's how you do it." And we're like looking at each other like, holy shit, that's Karis One giving us props for our show, man. It was wild, man. That was a wild night. And the same thing happened with Big Daddy Kane. We were in Virginia or something like that. And it was an arsonist show. And we were performing, and by the fifth song, we all like kind of like looked to the side, and we were tripping, and we were looking at each other, and like, yo, is that Kane watching our show? And we were like all like geeking, because Kane was just chilling in the club watching our show. It was bizarre, you know.
These are moments that I'll never experience. Yeah, I'm just gonna live vicariously through you.
But see, these stories are more like, you never know when you take that first step what your journey is going to unfold. Like for me, I started out as a fan of Kane, KRS, Rakim, and to be able to turn it around and say, I have stories with each of these people, going from being a fan to being an artist myself and getting out there and just believing in myself, because at the time when I wanted to do hip hop, nobody around me, understood even what I was talking about. What I was saying to them felt alien. I was like, I'm gonna make a record. I was saying it I was like 12 years old saying this shit, and my friends were like, yeah, okay. And the truth is, I didn't even know what I was talking about, but something inside me said, this is how I feel. I want to do this, and I move forward with it. So I'm saying it to encourage people that are looking, that are watching. Like, you just never know how your journey is going to unfold once you take that first step, but you got to take the first step.
And that could mean opening up your own studio. That could mean working at another studio that you're going to learn more about, or anything like that.
You got to be patient through the process.
Well, I watched you, Franco, from when you first. I mean, I've heard stories about you, like that you started out with guitar string, tattooing in high school, and all these stories. But when I met you, you were just the owner of that tattoo shop. You were the partner.
Yeah.
We don't have to say his name. I know who he is. You can if you want to. But then all of a sudden, you decided that you wanted to be your own owner, I guess, kind of.
Yep.
You just told me, and you're like, you're going to start your own this building, and then it wasn't your plan. You were just, what was your plan? When I met you, you were just an owner with a partner in the tattoo shop, and all of a sudden, what happened next?
It was like a deep desire to do this by myself, and because sometimes when you have a recipe that no one else believes in, like my partner at the time didn't really believe in my recipe, and so I was like, man, I got to do this by myself, and it was risky and scary because I didn't really have the money to do it, but I just, like you said, Q, you follow that inner guidance, and it doesn't seem to let you down, like it just kind of like.
You walk from a big. I remember it was big. You're walking. I'm gonna have nobody over here but a few people.
I walked away from one of the best shops in the world.
Yeah, it was big.
I put a lot of money into it. Just walked away. I gave it.
Yeah.
I gave it away to my partner. I'm like, here, you could have this. I'm gonna do my own thing, and man, it worked out.
Over here.
You know what I would like to point out though, for people that are listening and maybe they're catching the vibe. When you take that step, it doesn't come without trouble. Because I know for a fact that Franco went through some beatings.
Oh yeah.
And I know I have, and I know Fieldy has. This, both artistic industries that we're talking about are full of pitfalls, traps,
slam doors,
bad corners, whatever.
Doors.
Yeah. So just know that if you have the fight in you, you'll be okay, man. No matter how dark it gets, you'll be okay. You'll be okay until your batteries run out, but you'll be okay.
Just don't quit.
Don't quit. I know it sounds cliche, but don't.
I watched Franco go through like the worst where he just got this place. I was getting rid of my whole living room set, all that
He
stuff.
gave me a couch.
I was like, you can have this. It's like this, it was old. I didn't use it more, but you get
It
all
was a
dialed.
nice couch,
Yeah, it was a nice couch. You were getting this real cool spot. Yeah, you had a couch in here and a couple things, and like within a day, it caught on fire. And
Yeah.
like it wasn't even insured, and you lost like 80 grand right out of the gate. It's like
Yeah.
you think of walking from that, you'd be like, you know what, this isn't for me.
Yeah, you could have
But
you could have
kept-
quit.
But you kept going, and you kept going, and you kept going. So this place is like, if I had to look at your old shop to this shop, it's mind blowing, but you had to go through some. That's just a little part of your story. You went through some. We
lot
walked
of
through
battles,
the,
man.
the valley of the shadow of death.
Yeah,
And
these guys
right
are
now,
shooting all.
I can look at you. I look at you, and go, man, you know, you made it. You made it, right? But you're still walking through the shadow of the valley of death, and you haven't made it. And you're not on top because I know you want more.
Yep, we always want more.
You're not. This isn't good. Are you good with this right here?
No, we can turn this into a story of perseverance, guys. So like,
Because I could look at you going, oh, you got a Phantom, you got a beach house, you got this dope studio. It's like, I know if I ask you, hey, what are you doing next? You're doing something.
yep, we always want to reach our full potential, and when you reach your goals, you realize that you have goals on top of those goals that you maybe didn't believe in the beginning. So when you reach your goals, you create new goals. Because remember, we always set goals based upon what we think we might be able to get. There's other goals that are bigger than that, but we don't dare do that. We got to at least get these goals done. And it's like, shit, I did this. Well, maybe I can do that, right? Like, I landed on the moon. Maybe I can go to Jupiter.
Right.
So it's like, I was just telling someone today that it's like, it boils down to belief, right? Like you have to believe in it for it to happen.
Yeah.
And if nobody believes in you, it still doesn't matter.
No, it
if anything,
doesn't.
that's fuel for the fire. Good. If people don't believe in you, even better. You know, now you're gonna have a story. I
Right.
can say that people didn't believe in me throughout the machine process, throughout the tattooing 30 years ago, where it was like unacceptable for the most part. And people thought I was crazy. They're like, what do you mean you're gonna tattoo? Like, what do you mean? Like,
Right.
it was just like, they were just like, no, that's stupid. You
It
know,
was the
but,
same for me with rapping, especially the way I looked at the time.
oh shoot.
You know, the way I looked at the time.
What's up, Tish?
Me. What's up?
What's up, girl?
What's up, Tish?
Yeah, it's like you just
What's
want
our
to.
job? Am I doing things that...
But I believed in myself, so that's what carried me. You know, and I put myself into situations where I had to step up.
Hey, you're good. You're good.
No.
You're good. Don't go nowhere, girl. Yeah, and you put yourself in situations where you could be sharpened.
Right, and that's what I did constantly.
And they were painful, though, huh?
Of course, it was painful because you don't always, when you're starting, I would say 80% of the time you're not going to get the reaction you're looking for. You have to keep on going. You got to keep on building it. You got to keep on building it.
Look who we have here.
This is live, isn't it? We're just live.
Hi there.
We're just chopping it up about, you know...
Just live on Instagram, Papa Giulio, the man, the myth, the one they call Papa Vescovi.
Favorite people in the world right
Go ahead
here.
and introduce them to the
Everybody, Papa Giulio wanted to say hello to everybody at home.
Hey, everybody.
This is Franco's father and
One and only right here.
the head of the House of Vescovi.
What's going on? You look good.
Well, I'm a grandfather too. That's why.
It's just a matter of time, you know?
We just gotta hit him up. Franco's ready.
Just a matter of time. You know what I'm talking about?
Got the studio together.
So yeah, man. There's a lot of relatable.
I hope you guys are liking this conversation. There are some nuggets being placed into your dome right now.
Yeah.
I hope that you guys are skilled miners. Any questions?
What's everybody checking in? We're actually out here in Lake Forest. We're just having a great time. Brother Q blessing us with some new music, which was... That shit was hard as hell, dude. Those are... Lyrics are tight. And where you guys all checking in? I got Columbia checking
Colombia.
in. Sammy, what's up, boss man? Give you a call afterwards. Mike, what's going on? Mike Tattoos. 13 Mag, what's going on, my friend? Daniel, Mr. Mars Made, how you doing, dude? So guys, we've just we're having a good night tonight, just keeping it low pro, and we figured we'd let you guys in on a little conversation. Like I said, we got Jefe, Mr. Franco Vescovi, with our brother Mr. Q Unique, and Fieldy, just chopping it up over some ink.
Tattoo Talks.
Let's take a look at what we were working on today, fellas.
Doing some more background on this piece I started several years ago.
Yes, sir.
Doing some cloud work. St. Michael stomping out the devil, because the devil's a punk, man. You know what I mean? Like, thank
He a
God for
punk.
St. Michael. Like, devil's always punking people. You ever been punked by the devil?
Yes, several
Man,
times.
he's
And
got-
I fell for it
He's
several
got
times.
nothing better to do than you know what I mean? Like, why don't you go pick on someone his own size?
Because that's his job.
Like, we're just humans.
But our job is to not fall for it as much.
Yep. Letitia, what do you say about the devil in the schemish ways? Can you drop some knowledge on the world here?
The devil's a loser, that's what I say. He's losing every day.
How can we protect ourselves, though?
Stay in the word, man.
Yep.
Stay in the word.
Gotta stay, gotta
Keep the
word.
faith.
That is true.
Gotta pray.
And be a light, man. Be a light.
In this dark world.
You gotta pray, you gotta armor up.
Yeah.
Gotta put that armor on
Yes.
every day, every morning.
Yeah, the armor is real, man. I wish more and more people believed in it, because it's a grimy world out there.
Yes, it is.
I put it on today. I was like, you know what? I feel like I don't have the helmet of salvation on right now. I'll put that on.
Word.
And I bet
Oh,
you,
wait.
I bet you put the airbrush one on too. You know what I mean? Like, she's got a
The airbrush helmet?
helmet of salvation with a mural on it.
Hilarious.
Probably
like,
like
you know
Saint
what?
Michael stomping the devil.
Now I need the breastplate of righteousness. I need the shield of faith. I need the word of truth, the belt.
Yeah.
I need the feet of the peace of the gospel.
Letitia
And then I
is
need
not
the
playing
sword,
around.
which is the word, the truth.
Yes. The Bible's got some good stuff in it, man. You can't, it's good knowledge in there.
Sometimes you don't wear it.
Basic instructions before leaving Earth. Bible. Bible. Basic
Yes.
instructions before leaving
And if
Earth.
you think it's stupid, you got to read it
Really?
first.
No,
Read it first.
it's not. But I like that. Killer Priest came up with that.
That's actually
My brother used to
homie.
always say that.
It's dope.
You know what the Bible means? Wow. Tell me.
I want to find Killer Priest,
Yeah.
man. He was my homie.
Is he still out here or?
I don't know. He was out here for a while. Remember when he would come by the shop, Letitia?
Yeah, I was asking him if we were talking about.
He used to love going to Javier's. He said, Franco, take me to Javier's. And I remember talking about crazy stories. There was this moment where I had Killer Priest in 60
Wow.
on my floor, passed out drunk, and I had to step over them to go to the bathroom. And I remember thinking, oh my God, I got big baby Jesus' brother right here. Freaking passed out, snoring on my
That's
living room
hilarious.
floor, and Killer Priest snoring louder than anyone
Wu-Tang members.
in Irvine.
Right.
What a trip.
It is.
well, guys. Should we let you guys get back to the tattoo session and just relax for a little bit?
That way I could wince in peace.
Man, hey, you've been toughing it up, sir. You've been handling it like a champ. Well, Q, thanks again, my friend. Always
you.
appreciate you checking in,
for
and
the story.
congratulations on the new release. When is that coming?
The Stillwell one is November 18th. That's this Friday. And then Q Unique is November 25th next Friday. I think that's Black Friday. It's pretty
Okay.
cool. So.
Where's what's your handles? Where can they catch you guys on?
Mr_Q_ Unique. I made it really complicated. At Mr. MR_Q_ Unique.
Yeah, Rick.
Instagram.
And
Rick.
Stillwell is at
Stillwell_rock.
awesome, brother. Well, hey, thanks again for tuning in, Jefe.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for
tuning
hanging
in.
out.
Thanks for listening to our talk, and hopefully we got some good gems out of it. Have a good evening, y'all.
Absolutely, you guys. Be safe out there. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you all have a beautiful rest of your week. And remember, if nobody loves you, Bishop's got you. And Chuco. We out.